Nice compliments during battle. Love can boom on the battlefield.
Too early on that. Two. There we go. There's that's what I needed. Pretty boy. Oh shit, I didn't expect that prompt. You sure about that?
Barely had any cyborg enhancements.
Was this outcome necessary? Evidence inconclusive.
That's deep, man.
I guess even AIs don't know everything.
It is likely no single correct answer exists. Additionally, human conflict stems from opposing ideals and societal norms. I was not programmed with these guidelines.
You're better off figuring those out for yourself.
404. Not found.
A VT7 high frequency.
Damn it, my sword's ID locked.
The of the enhancement directly correlates to the quality of the original weapon. My file indicates Sam inherited the sword from his father.
Going to bury it?
I will retain it in memory of Sam.
You wouldn't pirate a sword, would you? No, but I download one.
Was that necessary?
Very.
Right, we have less than 1 hour. Hurry!
Yeah, sorry, I got distracted. Had to pose in the sunlight. Also forgot I had a motorcycle here. Just I'm gonna run now, I guess. Wow, these chapters are way shorter now. This game is very front-loaded. It's a very top-heavy game. Also, I'm gonna say it, that was one of the more enjoyable boss fights. Probably the most enjoyable so far. Because it was a nice, good back and forth. It felt like it was using every mechanic, including the shitty cutting mechanic correctly. So hey, why is Sundowner stand out specifically?
Get rid of the sun and we have the true realization.
No, I think the shield is the downer and the rest of that fight is the sun. I think that's that's the moral of the story.
Fair enough.
I don't even think that's enough points to even bother going back to the upgrade screen. Solus, Space and Aeronautics. Yeah, you eat that pizza. And have problems holding it, apparently. What the fuck is that poster?
Look at this weeb!
Taiwa taking a fucking direction. Bark, bark.
Are you, Mr. Raiden, sir?
Why do you have the poster in the fucking, like, security booth? Like, why would you do that?
Where is she?
I'll tell her you've arrived.
Over here.
Oh my god, is that Sunny? Holy shit!
Hi there, stranger.
Hey, you're looking good.
Aw, who's your little friend?
Oh, it's a long story.
Shake? Good boy. I guess we don't really have time to catch up.
Sorry, not really.
It's okay. Follow me.
And he's just back to reading the manga!
So exactly what kind of...
You'll see.
You built that?
Yep.
I don't know why you're shocked at this point, Raiden. Considering 4, like, that should not be surprising at all.
She could build a spaceship out of Lego.
So who is Sunny? Long story short, Metal Gear Solid 4. No, I guess that would be long story long still, but yeah.
Yeah, that's not a short story.
Hey, thanks, Sonny.
Yeah, saying things like who her mom is isn't gonna narrow it down. Let's just say Metal Gear 4 will catch you up.
Please switch off all cell phones and
Also
mobile
eggs.
devices. And remember,
Yes.
this is a no smoking flight.
Roger.
Ready for countdown.
No time for that. Ignition!
Remember that one time Sonic got in a rocket?
Which time?
Yeah, exactly, right?
Still Raiden. Huh? Oh, that's cool. Ooh. All right, meanwhile in Pakistan. Well, that was fun. Hopefully Sonny doesn't send me the bill.
The in-flight movie sucked.
I think she specifically said there wasn't one, didn't she? I forget.
Oh, maybe.
Well, anything?
Nothing. You sure we got the right place?
Gotta be. It's the only base big enough with security contracted out to World Marshal.
All right. I'm headed in.
Can't believe we forgot to do Codex last stage.
You have landed in Pakistan?
Yep, amazing. That Sunny is really something.
She is genius. I've not seen her for quite some time. she's well?
Pretty good. A lot, sunnier than she used to be, for sure. Like day and night from when I first met her.
That was a difficult time, yes? But I'm glad she's better now.
It's a good thing I got to her when I did. I used to not like thinking about all the stuff that was going on then. But now I kinda miss those days.
Sadness is not like the ocean. Someday, you can drink it all up. It's a Russian saying. People, they always try to beautify the past as a way to cope, yes? But I know it was not easy for you. I'm sorry for all the trouble.
I just noticed that Sunny's on our codec list, because I was checking something else.
I think that was my first job with you, huh?
Duh. Certainly I was not expecting to work with you for so long.
I remember how surprised I was hearing about you starting Maverick.
Well, I could not just abandon the PLA. Really, I think I was more surprised you decided to join us.
Yeah? Well, you caught me at the right time. I didn't exactly know what to do with myself. You know, Boris, I think Sundowner was right in a way. Killing the Patriots wasn't enough to end war. It didn't create this big, happy utopia. But you know what? Seeing Sonny doing so well makes me damn happy the Patriots are gone.
Yes, I can imagine. You saved many lives.
But now here we are, all over again, huh?
Indeed. My apologies for putting you through all this.
I knew what I was in for. Riding out.
Yeah, it was this other guy. Can't remember his name, though.
Our
Think he
enemy
did
has
something.
multiple options for striking the
Yeah.
president in Pakistan. At the base after landing, while in transit within the country, during the meeting. But if Sundowner's right, they're gonna strike within 3 hours after you killed him.
Which means they're either gonna attack Air Force One, or they'll wait until he lands.
I kinda doubt there are any Pakistanis on board Air Force One, though. It's not like in the movies. They never let foreign press on the flight. They could try to shoot it down from afar, I guess. But anything the Pakistan Air Force could deploy would show up on US radar instantly.
Which means their best bet at kickstarting another war on terror would be post-landing.
They're probably set up for the assassination over at the base. You better get moving.
All right, chat. This is last chapter, right?
Yeah, you're in like the final bits, yeah.
Yeah, so there's about 45, 55 minutes of codec calls left in the game at this point. So, and I have a feeling Sunny's gonna be a bunch of them.
By the way, you mind if I ask, what's she like?
Who, Sonny? I don't know. Kind of a child prodigy, I guess.
You're the one who rescued her, right? From the Patriot lab?
Yeah. Well, it's kind of a long story, but in the end, yeah.
Then she was handed over to Dr. Emmerich.
Right. We had to hide her away at first, from the Patriots. It wasn't
God, it's weird
exactly
every time I
fun.
call him Dr.
She
Emmerich.
couldn't even go outside for the most part.
That's terrible.
But in the meantime, Otto, Dr. Emmerich, taught her all about programming and computer engineering.
He
was
almost
her
said it.
code that
He almost
sealed
said
the
it.
Yeah,
Patriot
exactly.
AIs. After the dust settled, Dr. Emmerich adopted her.
Oh,
officially
shit, I
becoming
wasn't
her
aware of
legal
that.
guardian.
But how
I think it's been so long I forgot about that, actually.
What about school?
Oh, she went. For about a year, I think. She was way too far ahead of her peers, though. Probably could have qualified for her BS in computer engineering by that point.
Why not go through with it? Just get the degree.
We discussed it, but Sonny was more interested in Solus by then. Dr. Emmerich had contacts there, so...
So now she's designing launch vehicles and stuff, huh? Wish I had some of that talent.
Well, a lot of it might be the Patriots doing. Who knows what their experiments did to her brain.
And in the end, she used it to destroy them. The irony, huh?
In Pakistan already, and so quickly. Ah, science never ceases to amaze me.
Yeah, I'm just wasting all that extra time he gave me, too.
Well, yes, of course. Of course. I must say, though, the engineer behind that RLV craft looked rather young to me.
Yeah, a gifted kid, you might say.
I would love a chance to meet her sometime.
Why? What would you say to her?
Oh, I don't know. It's always just such a stimulating experience. Speaking with scientists from fields other than mine, that is. It often leads to all sorts of new ideas to work with. And speaking of that, I've yet to meet Dr. Emmerich, too.
I doubt you two would get along, actually.
Oh, you think so?
Anyway, how are the brains doing?
Oh, just fine. Safe and sound in Mexico. Now I just have to get them loaded and en route to Germany. Of course, the real challenge will come after that, I suppose.
Yeah. We'll get there when we get there.
Indeed. Indeed. Do be careful in the meantime.
Hey, Wolf. What did you and Sam talk about before we fought?
Oh yeah, I forgot about that
Nothing of
already.
note. He was not one to reveal himself to others.
All right. You don't have to tell me.
Raiden, I do not feel good about this. Do not allow yourself to be caught off guard.
Duly noted.
And Sonny.
How was the ride?
He called me
Hey,
a
Sonny.
good boy.
Fine, thanks. Though I wouldn't call it the smoothest ride ever.
Happy voice is back
You sure
for
that
Sonny.
thing's really airworthy?
Well, what do you expect? You're traveling at a few dozen times the speed of sound. I mean, she operates well within all the projected margins of safety, so yes.
Does that say she's 11?
We'll have to work on the turbulence levels a bit before we can take tourists on it.
Yes.
But come on, you really can't complain.
So it's meant mainly for cargo at the moment?
We got a contract with COTS, NASA's Commercial Orbital Transportation Services. Mostly handling space
Right, because this is only
delivery,
like 2
that kind of
years
thing.
after,
We
or
also
3
joined
years
the
after
C3PO,
4.
the Commercial Crew and Cargo Program Office's passenger transport program.
So soon we'll have private spacecraft bringing crew to the International Space Station. Wild times we're living in.
Well, the space race has been over for decades now. It's no longer something countries engage in for vanity's sake. Still, lots of people are starting to see the industrial value of zero-gravity experiments. Plus, the costs are getting lower and lower with each passing year, to the point where we'll have a serious space tourism industry before long.
Yeah, I heard about the space hotel the Russians opened up. But we're still not going any further than orbit, right?
Well, one company's planning to have a lunar landing craft complete by 2020.
Oh yeah, tell me about
I'm just hoping
2020.
we can get to Jupiter while Hal's still alive.
Tell me all about
Jupiter,
2020.
huh? Wow, that's pretty far.
Oh, hey, how did Earth look from up there?
I can't even put it into words. I know I was still under the Kármán line, but it looked exactly like every satellite photo of Earth I've ever seen. No borders, no nothing.
It was flat.
Just a hopefully next
They were
time
right the
around
whole
I can
time.
put
I
my
didn't
time
expect
into
it.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
But first things first, you know?
Yep. Well, good luck, Jack. Raiden.
You designed that thing too, Sonny?
Nobody designed her.
Nobody.
Yep. She pretty much evolved by herself.
I think I may be missing something here.
We used a genetic algorithm to make it. Ever hear of that? They use it to build the cars for bullet trains and stuff. Basically, we start by creating a few different models of aircraft. The data for each design is treated as the genes for a new aircraft. They all get crossbred with each other in virtual space. Eventually, you come up with offspring that exhibit genes from each original design.
Offspring?
You know, children. Each child then competes with the others for survival in the virtual space. The kids that have the best aerodynamic traits survive and pass on their genes, creating the next generation of aircraft. You get this sort of gene-based evolution across generations, like animals in real life.
I'm having a hard time imagining aircraft having kids like that. Anyway, what's with the two wings on the top and the bottom?
Oh yeah, the swept wings? They're set up so that the sonic booms they create wind up bashing against each other, cutting down on shockwaves. The idea has been hard to implement due to issues with elevation and wingtip treatment. But thanks to the genetic algorithm, the RLV worked out all the problems herself.
Herself, huh? Makes it sound like you're more breeder than designer. So what happened with
Breeding
the
myself
RLV
the
after it dropped
finest
me
fleet
off?
of planes around.
Running on autopilot, she'll circumnavigate the Earth and head back.
Wow, a trip around the world, huh?
That's the sort of distance you need to reach orbital velocity.
Oh
You
my
have to
god, why
lower
did you
her
make
altitude
planes
pretty
fuck?
drastically to drop the landing craft. So getting back up for her was a pretty rough
Just
trip.
like one of my Japanese animes.
Oh god damn
In
it.
terms of damage to the craft,
Full
I mean.
circle. Fuck.
Running in ramjet mode helps conserve fuel a lot, so she's good there, but yeah.
Sorry about that.
Oh, no. All in the name of peace, right? Besides, it made for a good load experiment. I'm kind of surprised it actually worked, actually. Oh, I'm just teasing. Don't be so serious.
So what kind of engine is this LACE thing?
It's short for Liquid Air Cycle Engine. A LACE uses liquid hydrogen to chill and liquefy the oxygen in the air. The reaction between the liquefied hydrogen and oxygen creates propulsion. On this RLV, the LACE is combined with ramjets for maximum efficiency. Once the solid rocket boosters lift her off and bring her to Mach 3, she switches to ramjet propulsion mode. In the meantime, she's taking in and liquefying oxygen from the air. Once there's enough, the LACE is ignited. If it wasn't for that hybrid engine, it would have been pretty rough for an RLV to pull that trick that it did. You know, lowering its elevation just long enough to drop a landing craft.
Well, I'm impressed. If it wasn't for you, I'd still be on your side of the world.
And I wouldn't even be here if not for you. Don't forget that, okay? A lot of people appreciate what you've done for them.
I'll try not to. So what kind of engine?
It's short on this. Once the solid rocket. In the meantime, if it wasn't for that.
Well, I'm impressed.
Don't forget.
I'll try not
to forget. Let's go.
I needed to hear it again so I didn't forget.
Yeah, exactly. That's how I remember things. Repetition. It's a word for Solid Snake. That's why he always said single word responses.
Responses.
Single words.
That's two.
Hi.
One v one me. Wait, no, there's two of them.
Yeah, not anymore.
Now there's 10 of them.
He was not worth much, huh? I must have done something wrong. Hey, but I swear, wasn't there? Oh, maybe it was him I was picking up. Weird. Someone's got an arm. Oh, hey. Didn't expect to find that there. Who wants to get shanked first?
I do.
It's you! Oh shit. I'm using the wrong weapon. Switch. God, that's one thing I don't like, is having to sit perfectly still to change weapons.
Jump.
Oh my god, please, Raiden, thank you. Speaking of arms, Arm is getting a tourney soon? What? Like an official Nintendo one? What? It's been so long since Nintendo even pretended like they knew what Arms was. Why'd they change their mind suddenly? The prize is 2,500 gold points. Huh. Neat. Or it's because they're still doing that manga they talked about. I mean, I'm happy to hear that. Like, I love Arms. That was a fun game. A little weird to get used to, but like the character designs were just so fun in that game. You could tell the designers were just having a blast.
Show up as unaffiliated.
Wait, Marshall has the security contract for this base. Why would they have their cyborg set to the same illegal exif code as Desperado? It's evidence against them.
No, it's their alibi. They're making it look like Desperado hacked their soldiers on sight, because everyone knows Desperado has a contract with...
the Pakistani rebels. But if we go public with the Desperado-Marshall connection...
Won't matter. Not when they've got this nice big foreign threat all cooked up and ready to serve. The media and the public won't be able to resist. Remember WMDs in Iraq?
Damn it, you're right. It's another slam dunk. What about any humans on the base? Marshall only handled security.
Dead, most likely. Or brain-jacked, if they needed them.
I'm almost
to
at the
keep
box.
appearances.
I'm almost there.
They never
Going for it.
The airport the president was flying into. Not in this region. And almost no one would have access to an outside line for security reasons. It wouldn't be difficult to keep things hush-hush. At least until Air Force One arrives.
I'm heading for the control tower. If I can destroy the antenna array, the US military will know something's wrong.
Good idea. Be careful.
Damn it, I thought it was the one with the dude hiding it
And I
again.
blew the winds of destruction away. I'll be fine.
I'm on a roll.
Huh. Cool. Thought it was a collectible. As I get stuck on all the rocks. Hope no one minds I broke your gate.
Raiden, there is no time to worry about the soldiers. Get to the control tower.
What's that? Cut up all the soldiers? I'm on it.
Barrel.
Oh, did that seriously miss and not get the arm? Oh. This fucking game sometimes, dude.
Right.
I guess I probably should have, like, got the arm before I impaled him, though. That one might have just been... That one might have just been on me. I do appreciate that guy let me just walk behind him so I could kill him. Oh boy.
He doesn't even think about his friend there for the collateral damage.
Nope. Fun fact, you can charge with the Bloodlust, you'll be left vulnerable to your prey, pretty much one-hit kills most common enemies. Amazing. Don't know if we're gonna get a chance to do that, but I can try. Oh, it's a camera turret, that's why. Camera turret that I'm having a hard time destroying. There we go. Alright, you want me to go in there?
Good job.
Oh my god! Oh my god!
Ooh. Spin.
I'm glad I tried that out. That's so stupid. Like I said, like I go back and forth so much on this fucking game. Like, there's stupid moments of brilliance like that, and then there's just frustrating moments. It goes so back and forth. How do I get to that? Easily, okay. Hey, 5,000, nice. I don't mind, I'm just standing on your giant chopper. Like, no one minds that, right?
I think he minds it.
Yeah, he might. Oh, I should have used the chopper move. I should have done it. It was my chance.
Yeah, should have used the chopper on the chopper.
Oh boy. Wakey, wakey, Jack. Yay, free arms.
Oh my god, the damage it does is so good.
Oh, I pissed them off, though. I pissed off the Hammer Bros. That's unblockable. Give me your spine. Anyone left to chop?
This game is the definition of forgetting leg day.
This is the last real opportunity for Codex. Hence why we just got the last VR mission. Makes sense to me.
Ryder, what is the status at the base?
Overrun with Desperado cyborgs, as expected. Security's still pretty lax, though.
Yes, I don't think they're anticipating another cyborg to show up. They are, after all the way out in Pakistan. Doubtful there will be any cyborgs here, except at the base. Forces hired by the US. And more doubtful they are expecting a cyborg to drop in at Mach 23.
Yeah. Still, they've got to know I'm here. Sam was smart enough to figure out that I'd take that launch vehicle.
Yes, but they couldn't have sent backup to this base within 3 hours after Sundowner died. Perhaps they could have arranged it so the plane was scrapped if Sam died. But if they already occupied the base, then there is no longer any canceling out.
Probably not. Which means we've pretty much already won. Sam's dead. The Winds of Destruction, too. And none of their standard cyborgs or UGs have a chance against me.
No, certainly not. Though I wonder who is behind this operation anyway.
Not Armstrong?
Well, yes, but who is running things at the base? The Senator would never be there himself. But this is too elaborate an operation to direct remotely.
Yeah. No amount of network tech could take the place of a command structure on the ground. Gotta be someone else from World Marshal, I guess.
A cyborg, perhaps. One with specialized combat body, like Sundowner and the others. I do not mean to alarm you, but use caution.
Yeah. Copy that. So the President's visit to Pakistan, it's meant to build government ties, right?
Right. You probably know this, but there's a region on their northwest border called FATA. Stands for Federally Administered Tribal Areas. The central government is... well, let's just say they're not entirely in control of that part of the country.
Right. It served as the base for all kinds of armed groups over the years.
Uh-huh. The U.S. started staging cross-border raids there at the turn of the century, chasing after combatants that fled out of Afghanistan. The Pakistan armies tried to work with the U.S. to confront them from both sides, but that only escalated anti-American sentiment within the FATA. You can only get away with so many botched civilian strikes, after all.
I thought that post-SOP, the U.S., pretty much pulled out of Afghanistan. You know, after all that anti-war economy stuff broke out.
They did. That put an end to the FATA strikes, but definitely not the anti-American groups. Now their anger's channeled towards the pro-U.S. central government instead.
Wouldn't this visit just enrage the FATA groups even more, though? I know President Salam's pretty much on the American side.
Yeah, but Salam doesn't care. He's got no interest in dealing with them. He wants to get the FATA back under control, and I guess he wants America's help doing it.
And how do his people feel about that?
It's pretty much 50-50. A lot of people hate the U.S., for sure. But a lot of others have been directly affected by the anti-government suicide bombings, too. There's definitely some deep-seated support for helping the U.S., but only if it means ending the violence once and for all.
Sounds like we could see civil war here any moment. What about their intelligence bureau, the ISI? How do they feel about all this?
They haven't commented, publicly.
People are always saying how much bad blood there is between the ISI and the civilian government.
Oh yeah, there are stories all the time about their involvement with insurgents or terror groups. Depending on how the ISI acts, things over there could change pretty damn quickly.
No wonder Armstrong chose this place. It's like one big.
We are nowhere near getting that achievement for all the for most of the Kodak calls.
In Pakistan already, and
when it
what? Oh, it ends. Oh,
anyway.
Oh, now of course.
Yeah.
Inside the base. Firmly in cyborg hands. All human soldiers are either dead or have been brain-jacked.
What are they doing in there?
Patrolling for intruders. In other words, you.
I bet they're nervous. Probably weren't expecting me to be here.
Let us hope so. I doubt they wish to create a large commotion at this point in time. Should things seem awry from the air or the ATC tower goes offline, Air Force One will most likely opt to land elsewhere.
Well then, what do you say we make a large commotion? I'll fight my way to the tower.
Roger. Continuing with reconnaissance.
Hey, so how's Otacon? About time he starts thinking about marriage, isn't it?
I don't know
Wow.
if he is or not, but
Finally,
either
we
way,
heard it.
No dice yet. He likes to go on about how nobody would ever be happy with him long term. But it doesn't seem like he has too much trouble keeping busy on Saturday nights. If you
I
know
want to
what I
make
mean.
comments, but I'm not gonna.
Yeah, well, believe it or not, he was a huge geek back when he was younger.
Maybe, but even so, he's still a nice guy. I doubt he was ever that lonely.
Yeah, about
I
that,
suppose.
Sonny.
He really changed once he got into his 30s. Got a lot more attractive.
Yeah, he had kind of a glow up,
but he
didn't
still
he?
has this really bad habit of keeping the ladies at arm's length. It winds up making him look really awkward.
Gee, I wonder why.
sometimes. I really wish he'd just pick someone and settle down already.
Again, Metal Gear Solid 4.
Easier said than done. So what about you, Sonny?
4 dealt with
me?
some fucked up
Well,
shit.
I've got science. That's all the love I need.
Sounds like you've got your own problems in that department.
How about all of Metal Gear Solid? I mean, 1 is the only one where I'd kind of give him slack, even though, you know, he's the origin of do you believe that love can bloom on the battlefield? But man, 2 and 4. Oh man, that
Hey, Raiden.
is
you gonna
not
keep that
character
pup after this
development.
mission?
That... Oh, you mean Wolf?
Yeah. He's kind of a cutie.
You think so? I don't think he's really the cuddling type, Sonny. Plus,
Let's
he's
be
not
fair, at least he didn't
exactly
turn out like his
mine.
dad.
Just keeps
Touche.
following me around.
Oh, yeah?
Oof.
Can I have him?
Oh, I don't mind. But I don't know about him. He's kind of his own, animal. I check with him first. It's his call, not mine.
Oh. Oh, well.
He'd probably say yes, though. I mean, he seems to like you a hell of a lot more than me.
Really? Oh, I sure hope so. Thanks a lot, Raiden.
Wouldn't even shake for me.
He's still mad about it. He's still mad about it.
Know anyone named Gubayama?
Kubayama? No. Perhaps I have heard it before, but
Huh. Well, no big deal. Just thought it might ring a bell.
I apologize that I am unable to help.
Nah, forget it.
Unless I am mistaken, Yama is Japanese for mountain.
Huh?
Does that help?
No. The Colonel told me he met Gubayama once. Probably
Oh my
someone
god, I
he-
didn't realize
A
what that was
number of
referring
sumo wrestlers
to.
use the term Yama as part
It
of
took
their
me a
ring
second to
name.
realize, like, what the
Perhaps
fuck is he
this
talking
Kubayama
about?
is in the sumo business.
Makes sense, sure. I just wish there was some way of knowing what that AI was trying to tell me. Don't suppose you know where Shiboniji is either, huh?
No, Raiden. I don't.
Hey, Wolf. What did you and Sam talk about before?
Do not keep.
All right.
Right, do not.
Do
Raiden,
We need scissors.
I heard Armstrong's using the name Operation Tecumseh for the assassination attempt. It makes sense.
What do you mean?
Tecumseh was a Native American tribal leader, a symbol of resistance against the new settlers.
Guess you know your U.S. history better than me.
This is basic stuff, Raiden. As legend has it, Tecumseh put a curse on the U.S. presidency. Every 20 years, whoever is elected president was doomed to die before he served out his term. And it played out that way, too. From 1840 to 1960, that's exactly what happened.
Ah, a fitting code name then.
Yep. It hasn't worked since 1980, though.
Ran its course, huh? Didn't last as long as the Bald Harry rule in Russia, at least. Besides, Hamilton wasn't elected in the right year for it to take effect, right? Wouldn't Armstrong be the one elected in 2020 if this works?
Well, I'm sure the name is meant to be a bit tongue-in-cheek. Not like how the U.S. Army names their ops.
Still, pretty bad karma.
Just be careful, Raiden.
Any more,
Hey,
Sonny?
Raiden, there's something I've been meaning to mention.
What's up?
Well, they're telling me someone broke our front gate at the plant. That's an electronic lock, you know.
Yeah, I thought it was open.
It wasn't. You're strong enough to pry it open if you wanted to.
Well, I didn't think I put that much force into it. You ask me, I think you need a sturdier gate.
That's what I told security. Anyway, we'll send you an invoice for the reinforcement.
I knew it!
work.
I knew it!
Not to mention the repair
Yeah,
costs.
there it is.
Oh, come on, Sonny, it was an accident. Man, Rose is gonna kill me.
How was the ride?
Hey, Sonny, fine, thanks. You sure
I think
that
we've-
thing's...
Well,
Yeah, there we go.
I mean,
We've looped.
we-
So,
we
so,
well, stick plus.
yeah, but where's...
Well, I'm.
Jupe?
Yep,
Oh.
well,
I know.
yep, well,
But for-
yeah,
Yep.
see,
Yep. Alright, let's save.
So there's one thing I still don't get. If World Marshal's making it look like Desperado hacked their cyborgs, wouldn't that damage their reputation? Maybe they can hide the fact that they're involved in terrorism that way, but wouldn't they still be liable for the fact that they, you know, got hacked?
In a just
They
world.
probably would, yeah. But the only thing they're looking for here is a profit. Maybe they need to demonstrate neglect if they're gonna make any money off of this.
How so?
Well, Kevin dug up some intel. Half of the contractors stationed here didn't get their contracts renewed at the end of March. The US government rewrote their contract with Marshall earlier. Had to cut military spending after all, with the recession going on.
And so they'll say the contractors were spread too thin to prevent the hacking.
Exactly. And that'll only encourage the army to boost their Marshall headcount. I can't say if the military's directly involved in this assassination attempt or not, but
Well, what happened to the contractors they laid off?
who knows? Hopefully they found work. But work like that isn't exactly easy to come by. Ever since the war economy died down, after the Patriots, life's been pretty much hand-to-mouth for a lot of contractors.
Huh. And you put it that way, I can almost understand what Sundowner was saying.
Yeah, but starting a war just to boost your profits? That's crazy, Courtney. If there's no work for contractors out there, it's time to find another industry to work in. Not that I have the right to say that,
Oh, come on, Raiden. Maybe you like to fight, sure, but you're not that twisted.
Yeah, well, in any case, I better get to work. Riding out.
I live in oil country. Let me just leave it at that. All right, let's. So someone said on the way out of the hangar, don't rush if you want to get the last man in box. So I'll keep that in mind.
Ah, the most important thing.
All right, now we already got that down there. That's the last VR mission.
Okay, it is 6 o'clock in the morning. I'm
surprised you hung out as long as you did, dude. But thank you so much, and I'm sorry that you got dragged into that earlier because of me.
No, it's fine.
I'm sorry.
No, it's all right. All good. All good.
Look, man, I always feel bad when I have an explosion like that. So. So here's the thing. This is what I was gonna talk about earlier before I got cut off by the cutscene. I feel like as an entertainer, I'm supposed to be a lot more responsible than I am. Like, I probably shouldn't be joking about the bigger shit as much as I am. Like, I shouldn't be having like rage explosions like that or just getting like frustrated about shit. You can say like it's being human all you want, but like, I have people watching me. I have to be responsible. So it's a bad failing on my behalf that I just kind of exploded like that. So, oh hey, another health extension.
Well, it doesn't happen often. You're allowed to make mistakes. That's how I see it.
Yeah, but I still feel bad about it no matter what. So.
Well, yeah, I don't expect you to not feel bad about it. I'm just saying, like, you know.
Fair.
You'll be fine. You'll be fine.
Thanks, bud. Appreciate it.
All right. Yeah, I'll watch from a distance though, probably. So, and I'm looking forward to your reactions to some stuff.
I mean, I kind of know some of it because, let's be real, the internet's spoiled a bit of this shit.
Yes. Well, yes.
But
it's very
there are some
memeable in
things.
bits.
Yeah, no, this is peak meme we're coming up on here momentarily. So, for those who don't know what to expect, get ready. For those who do know what to expect, don't spoil it for those who don't, myself included.
Exactly. Yes. Okay. Well, have a good one. Goodbye, chat.
Later, dude. Funny how what is that? What are you saying? I saw it a couple times. Eternal says, funny how the Colonel AI was yelling about needing scissors, now Raiden is jumping around and spinning with the largest pair on Earth. True. True point. Alright. I'm gonna keep looking around for that box. I'm assuming that's gonna trigger the next cutscene getting there. So let's be careful. He says as he jumps in midair and starts spinning like a Beyblade. They're facing each other, aren't they? Yeah, pretty much.
Oh boy!
Camera! Not interested, camera! Shit. Wake up, Raiden! Wake up, sleepyhead. Oh, you better run. You better run. Oh my god, no wonder they were telling me to charge that. Wow! Oh shit, who was the guy whose arm I needed to sever? I think it was you. Got it! Miracle of miracles. Oh shit! Come on now. Of course, just as the music kicks in again. Alright, let's be careful here. Where's that last box? Oh, no. Aha!
Another MIB? Listen, Raiden, we're gonna have to forget we ever saw this, okay?
Alright, we got them all. Which I believe unlocks a secret weapon. One of the few things we actually did manage to pull off. Nice. Unfortunately, I don't think there's any more checkpoints I can use to check it until after this. I think this is going to start a whole lot of shit, so let's buckle up. Let's go. Codex?
Raiden, there is no time to worry about the soldiers.
Hey, Raiden? You know, Sam, he looked almost happy.
Yeah, crazy bastard. He put everything he had into that fight. Wanted to kill me so bad. But once he saw how the fight would turn out, it was like the thought made him smile.
Of course, I guess if he didn't mess with you in Denver, you wouldn't have... Well, you know.
Monsoon would have killed me. I would have never lived to fight Sam.
So why'd he do it? Did he think he'd break you for good?
Who knows? Maybe waking me up was his plan all along.
Yeah, I don't know. But there was definitely something going on. He had plans for you. Guess now we'll never know.
Yeah, he's gone. But I'm not. And there's still work to do. What do you think President Hamilton's trying to accomplish with this visit? He had to realize it'll rile up Pakistan's anti-government groups.
Hard to say. He could be trying to rebuild America's image with the Pakistani people. You know, pledging financial support and all that.
But is President Salam looking for military support? I kind of doubt most Americans would be
MIBs aren't
willing
worth
to
an
fund
achievement?
more of that kind of effort. There's a lot of strong sentiment against the war economy, especially now that the Patriot censorship is dead and gone. Besides, the recession's got a lot of people looking to cut the military's budget.
True, but nobody wants to be soft on terror. I mean, one incident's all it takes to make the pendulum swing the other way.
One incident, just like what Armstrong's got in mind.
Another possibility is that Hamilton's visiting just to test the waters. You know, see how the American and Pakistani people respond. Hamilton is a pragmatic guy, to put it nicely. To put it not so nicely, he'd strip naked and dance on his desk in the Oval Office if he thought it would boost his poll numbers.
I think you forgot one around the part 1, but they do count for an achievement. It said 5 out of 5, though. It said I had them all.
Armstrong used to play football?
Apparently. Quarterback for the University of Texas, so he must have been pretty good, too.
So the star quarterback turns big-time politician, huh? Guess he'd have no problem dodging shoes from angry protesters.
Well, it shows he's always been a leader, one way or another.
He's obviously not some dumb jock, or this would be a lot easier.
Yeah. Too bad he didn't go pro, right? We wouldn't even be having this conversation.
They would have chewed him up and spit him out. He looks strong, for a politician, but nothing too serious. Definitely no wind of destruction.
Yeah, about
Well,
that.
sure. He's not exactly a seasoned fighter either. Didn't see any action with the Navy, and you know he can't be a cyborg. A public figure couldn't hide that for long, not with current tech.
Yeah, he may be an asshole, but he shouldn't be much of a threat.
Achievement unlocked doesn't tell you
he
face
wouldn't be
mission.
in
Alright, cool, thank you.
Pakistan, in any case. I'm sure it's all being run by underlings and cronies. No trail to lead back to him.
Too bad. I was looking forward to killing him with my own 2 hands.
We can't go around killing civilians just for being evil, Raiden. We're not even at war here. Just stop the assassination attempt, Raiden. One thing I've been thinking, Sam and the rest of the Winds were all in the US. Maybe they didn't expect any major resistance over there. Or maybe they left security up to someone else.
Maybe so. If it's a cyborg, I hope his insurance is paid off. You know all the rules of football, Kev?
Now we're just talking about football?
Well, enough to watch it at least. Why?
Just curious. I can never keep track of everything going on. All those rules.
It's not that complicated, Raiden. You never watched it? Actually, you ever watched any sport?
What can I say? I'm a man of culture, Kev. Give me a good movie over some dumb game any day.
Culture? Oh, the sensitive artsy cyborg type, right?
Right. Anyway, basketball's more my speed. Get the ball, put it in the net, 2 points.
Oh, yeah, because that's all there is to basketball. I swear, you crack me up sometimes, man.
So the president's visit to Pakistan.
Right. You probably know this, but there's a region
did we
on their northwest border called
have
FATA.
this one already?
Stands for Federally Administered Tribal Areas. The central government is, well, let's just say they're not entirely in control of that part of the country.
Right. It's sir.
Uh-huh. The U.S. started staging. The Pakistan armies tried to work with the U.S. to confront them from both sides.
They're all bleeding together at this point.
SOP.
They did. That put an end to the FATA strikes, but definitely not the anti-American groups. Now their anger's channeled towards the pro-U.S. central government instead.
Wouldn't this visit just enrage the... I know President Salam's pretty much on...
Yeah, but Salam doesn't care. He wants to get the FATA back under control,
And how do his people feel about that?
It's pretty much 50-50. There's definitely some deep-seated support for helping the U.S.
Sounds like we could see civil war here.
Why do I not
any
remember
moment.
this?
What about their intelligence bureau?
They haven't commented.
People are always saying how much bad blood...
Okay, now I remember.
There are
Okay.
stories all the time about depending on how the ISI
The
acts.
ISI part was what I
No
needed to
wonder
remember.
Armstrong chose this place.
So, Raiden, let me get this straight. Armstrong wants to kill the president and pin the blame on Desperado?
That's what it looks like, yeah.
You think it'll work? I mean, assuming he succeeded, what would be Desperado's motive for killing Hamilton? It's not like they can come out and say, well, we just wanted more wars to profit from.
No. The only alibi I can think of for them is that their client set them up. The Pakistani government's on friendly terms with the US right now. But a lot of people aren't so happy with them about that. There are tons of anti-government groups in this country. Any one of them could have an interest in killing the president.
And Marshall wants people to think that one of these groups hired Desperado?
That. Or maybe they're setting it up so this is all linked to the coup in Abkhazia. That was headline news in the West. Desperado's name was in the media all over the place.
Yeah. The angle was always Desperados shacking up with yet another anti-government force.
Pakistan's got a lot more than just a bunch of random anti-government forces, though. Like the ISI, the Intelligence Bureau. Anyone who watches the news knows how shaky their ties are with the civilian government.
You think they'll have the ISI be Desperado's client?
Well, I'm sure the ISI would deny it. But it's not like simply issuing a denial would stop anything. Remember Iraq?
Yeah, I've heard all the rumors about the ISI's involvement with terror groups.
If Hamilton dies, the US can join the Pakistani government, declare war against the ISI. And there's one big difference between Iraq and Pakistan. Pakistan does have WMDs. Nukes.
But that was just a couple of tests 20 or so years ago. They can't reach the US with...
I'm not talking about firing an ICBM at the US, or unleashing a Metal Gear. All they have to do is remind us that the tech will fall into terrorist hands.
Oh, yeah. That'd be enough to scare the entire country, I guess.
Yep. Scare them enough that the US would have to do something.
And then the war economy would come humming right back to life. No patriots required.
Christ. All right, I better move.
In Pakistan already?
Pete.
Yeah. What?
It opens. Oh.
Anyway.
Oh, no, of course.
Yeah.
Indeed.
Ooh. No response from Wolf.
Sonny, I've lost contact with Wolf.
You... really? Oh, I hope he didn't run off because he didn't want to live with me.
I don't think it's that. I've got some things to take care of first, but I'll look for him when I have some time.
All right. Thanks, Raiden.
She really wants a pet robo puppy.
Sonny, I've lost.
You-
I don't think I've got.
All right.
Again, yeah, no response. All right. I think that's all the ones we're gonna get at this point, because everyone else is pretty much repeating at this point. Kevin's repeating, Boris is repeating, Courtney's probably not repeating yet. That's about it.
I don't think I've asked about Pakistani food yet, Courtney.
I
More
regret
food
this.
talk? Didn't know you were so interested, Raiden.
Hey, knowing the food can help you learn a lot about the local culture, you know.
Raiden, I told you that.
So, Pakistani food.
Yeah. All right. So Pakistan's had cultural links with India for centuries, right? They're neighbors, after all. And as a result, the two countries share a lot of culinary traditions. You've got your curries, your naan, samosas, pakoras. For the most part, that's all the same. The locals might be able to spot the difference. But a lot of American restaurants put India and Pakistan pretty much in the same bowl, so to speak.
What are samosas?
Spiced potatoes and other yummy stuff, fried in a flour shell. Sometimes they're spiced with curry. That's the kind I like best.
But I thought India and Pakistan didn't really get along. They had at least 3 armed clashes in the 20th century alone.
They did. I mean, that's why they have nukes in the subcontinent now. It's a shame. You see how similar their taste and food is?
Oh my god!
Just seems like they should get along better.
Yeah, well, not too rare for neighboring countries.
I'm assuming I missed the earlier one where they
Nothing
also
else.
didn't hit enter
They
key.
have to compete for the same common resources.
Yeah, but isn't that why we have politicians? To peacefully manage that kind of stuff?
You know how few politicians out there actually give a crap about serving their country? Anyway, sorry. This isn't exactly the light conversation I was expecting.
I mean,
Better worry about the
one
president
missed
for now.
line break out of
We can
how
go and grab
many?
some
Like
samosas
6
and have a
hours
chat.
worth of subtitles? Not bad, actually. Well, there's Wolf. No wonder I couldn't get in contact with him. He's literally right there.
Where are they?
Oh, that's the big boy. It's a fire ant! It's time.
Well, if it isn't Saucy Jack. Just a little too late, as usual. Armstrong. Impressive little toy you've got there. But your plan ends here. Idiot. You're not ending our plan. You're expanding it. Check the internet lately.
Raiden,
Air Force One is turning back to the States.
What? How'd they know?
Someone posted photos of what's happening on the base. The whole world is up in arms.
Show me.
Go shit!
How did they? The story leaked early. Then Marshall's plan is ruined.
The hell it is. Look what they're saying. The story just went live, and already they're calling for blood.
Raiden, why are you on Twitter? That's a terrible idea.
But the president was saved.
And yet American blood was spilled.
By Americans. Besides, a few dozen soldiers is tragic, but nothing to start a major war over.
That's just the spark, son. The excuse we've been waiting for. America's wanted this war for years. The Patriots, they knew war was good for the economy. 4 years later, their legacy lingers on.
The memes.
Thus their great isms. Nationalism, unilateralism, materialism. Welcome maxims for those with no faith, without guiding principles of their own. Give yourself up to the whole. No need to better yourself. You're American. You're number one. Then the only value left is dollar value. The economy. So we'll do whatever it takes to keep it humming along. Even war. Especially war.
Bullshit!
The Patriots planted the seed. We don't need them around to filter and foster their memes any longer. We're spreading them just fine ourselves. Every American man, woman, and child. We're all sons of the Patriots now!
Nice stump speech.
We just need something to jumpstart the economy out of this funk. This recession it's been stuck in since the fall of SOP.
And the military costs? Wasting billions is going to help the economy?
DMCs, arms manufacturers, job creators, Jack. All those workers spending money, paying taxes. Trust me, a little war can work wonders.
So grease the gears with some innocent blood, is that it?
Oh, relax, Jack. It's a war on terror. We're not out to kill civilians. Extremists, lawless gangs, madmen. Of course, that would have to include you. Wouldn't want any eyewitness reports complicating the message.
Take that, cigar. Where does Jacket go? I didn't realize this was Metal Wolf Chaos suddenly. Metal hands. You're fighting Eggman. God damn it. Metal Gear Excelsius, huh? I could not tell what color that was. I think that was a yellow, which means I should not have tried to parry it. Can I even parry any of this? Is this even worth trying? I should get faster on parrying, I think. Okay. This angle's not doing much for me right now. Oh boy. Wake up, Jack. Wake up, Jack! Oh, yeah, it's getting faster. Ooh. I'm standing perfectly still, you dumbass! Uh-oh, first health kit used. Shit, I wasted it. Is that really all he's just gonna do now? Am I missing something here? Thank you. The thing I was missing was I hadn't done enough damage.
That tank is from AT Corp, codename Metal Gear Excelsis.
Metal Gear.
It's not nuclear equipped, but Metal Gear is still in the product name.
Fancy. That's just a PR thing then, huh?
Perhaps. The term was coined because they were meant to serve as gears. Gears linking infantry with weaponry, duh?
I guess Ray didn't have any nukes either.
Duh. It will be useless as a tactical weapon with that sort of equipment. Once we entered the era of asymmetrical warfare after the Cold War, the idea of a deterrent force fell out of fashion.
Right, because people preferred weapons that could actually be used to kill people.
Yes, I would guess they call it Metal Gear to separate it from smaller Walker-type UGs. Excelsis means high or lofty. It is also the species name of Apatosaurus, the dinosaur.
Apatosaurus? That used to be Brontosaurus, right? It's definitely big enough. But why do they have one? I'm sure they can afford it, but I thought the whole point of Tecumseh was to shift the blame away from World Marshal.
It is smokescreen, I think. Part of this op must be to disguise the source of their funding. I know Desperado makes good money, but this is not a thing thugs like that could purchase. I think the purpose is to make this incident seem bigger and more elaborate than it really is. With this, it appears like more than a simple Pakistani border group supporting Desperado. It suggests that ISI is involved, or maybe terrorists from an OPEC nation. It will lead to war, a world war, one with two very distinct sides for a change.
Christ, and that asshole Armstrong calls it a war on terror.
If the Western nations begin chasing down terrorists, they will respond in kind, just as before. And before long, Western civilians will once again become targets. Can you stop it, Ryan?
Don't know, but I gotta try. Boris, who leaked those photos to the internet?
I don't know. It may have been under Armstrong's orders.
So he never intended to kill Hamilton at all? That's kind of hard to believe.
That, or there was change of plans after you killed Sam. Air Force One was not going to land at the base if you were there making mayhem. Perhaps they predicted that after Sam. So they decided to act first. Leaking the data and taking you on with full force. It is possible, at least.
Course-correcting the entire plan just for me? What an honor.
It is just a theory. But either way, you cannot allow plan to succeed.
Copy. Either way, I need to take this thing down.
Start by damaging the leg. Just do not get stepped on. Not even
Stop
you
calling
will
me!
survive such an impact. You must keep on guard, Ryder. Start by you must...
Ryder, you okay?
Yeah. Just wasn't expecting that, that's all. They didn't need to kill Hamilton at all for Tecumseh to work. Fabricating an assassination attempt was all they really needed to do.
Yeah. I should have guessed considering the political climate in the U.S. Ever since the Occupy movement, Wall Street's been manipulating the media. You know, scapegoating foreign interests in order to divert the public's attention.
Which played a part in the Patriot memes, just like he was saying.
Probably. If being an American's the only thing you've got to be proud of, It's easy to just start blaming non-Americans for all the problems you have to deal with.
And it's not just a US thing either. You've seen how anti-immigration all the first world nations are these days. The whole "they took our jobs" bit. It's an easy story to swallow.
The Patriots spreading their memes worldwide. That's how Armstrong had probably put it. And, just like he said, materialism runs rampant among the financial elite. They see exploiting the poor as a sign of their success. They entered businesses that accomplish nothing for anyone besides themselves. I mean, it's a fact that manufacturing jobs have been drained from first world countries, immigration or not. That's not the immigrants' fault. It's the fault of the bankers and the financiers. The folks who pressed for globalization so they could pad their quarterly figures.
Yeah, pretty obvious if you take a sec to think about
Yeah,
it.
sorry, this
That's
game
harder than you
predicted
think, you know.
things and
Even an
or
objective picture
saw
of
how
what's
things
really going on?
they were at the time.
Hell of a lot easier to passively accept other people's opinions and standards. Still, the memes that get spread around can be good and bad in equal measures. It's our job to pick the
This is
good
from
ones.
2013 for those
Spread
asking.
those around a little more.
Sure is. But before that,
Yeah. Think you can stop him?
no matter what.
You gotta stop that thing, Raiden. If Armstrong becomes president, he's gonna make the US, hell, the whole world, a living nightmare.
Between Metal Gear Solid 2 and Death Stranding, Kojima's had some hella good foresight. True, very true.
My. A Metal Gear Excelsis.
I know I've heard that name before.
Indeed. It made the news several times during development. A lot of people thought they'd have a hard time finding a buyer.
It's enormous.
One of the first large-scale, multi-legged tanks AT Corp has made in some time. UGs have grown smaller and smaller, but this is certainly a 180-degree change of direction.
So why do it?
The advance of artificial musculature is one reason miniaturization has grown so rapidly. But another is the shift from nuclear deterrence to asymmetrical warfare. Deploying such a large unit for guerrilla or urban warfare would be overkill. The collateral damage alone would be stupendous. Once cyborg tech began to advance, though, small-scale UGs were no longer so effective. Against an adversary of the same size, a cyborg with human-level decision-making skills, well, it will always have the advantage. So, as the theory goes, why not make UGs giant again? Overwhelm the cyborg with sheer firepower. That was the idea that led to Excelsis.
Like you said, overkill. But it's still no good in urban combat, right?
Correct. Assuming you weren't intending to raise the urban area in the process anyway.
What do you mean?
Well, a Gecko-class UG is too large for many parts of city areas, but also too small to simply trample any buildings and such standing in its way. But this magnificent beast, it could smash whole houses without even breaking stride.
And what? It's just sorry, but fuck you, civilians? I mean,
Ooh.
even if they were just knocking down houses, the media'd have a field day.
I
Why do I feel like that's like one of the few times they've said that word in this game?
If a soldier dies in combat, it's nationwide front-page news. If civilians in wherever stand
I almost feel like that's the first time I heard it, but there's no way.
Nobody gives a second thought. But you know, they talk about the deterrent effect of this UG, about it striking fear in people's hearts. If there is a UG airstrike, you don't have any time to flee. But if this behemoth was lumbering your way...
Sundown said it? Oh, fair enough.
You'd run. Anyone would.
First time maybe Raiden said it? Okay.
Precisely. Thus, the UG would only be fighting against actual...
Oh yeah, I completely forgot I'm fucking
With a
invincible.
manned ground unit
Probably
like that,
for
there's
good
less
reason.
chance of erroneous strikes. But the legs make navigating rugged terrain a veritable walk in the park. And it would take much more than a rocket launcher to take it down. The crew couldn't be safer.
Is there really that much demand, though?
Ah, that is the question, yes. Of course, we would seem to have our answer now. If things go the way Armstrong wants them to, before too long, we could see whole herds
See
of
Kojima being
Excelsior
psychic, see
trampling
take Death
across
Stranding, basically
Pakistan's
predicted
power.
coronavirus. Yeah, I saw a lot of people making that comparison online and off.
Destroy the armor on the other front leg, but beware of attacks from the arms.
Probably no point in calling Wolf, all things considered. Sonny, do you have anything to say?
Raiden, are you okay? That's a pretty crazy Metal Gear.
Kind of a far cry from your Mark II and III, huh, Sonny?
In the end, Nothing ever changes. Science always ends up being used for war.
No, it's like any weapon. It's only a tool. It's all up to who wields it. Not everyone has their own selfish agenda. Some people like you are making a difference for the better.
If only I could believe that.
Cheer up, Sonny. You have the power to bring hope to a lot of people.
Yeah, you're right. Raiden! Are you okay? That's
kind of.
I'm still fine.
Cheer up.
It's okay, Sonny. Don't worry. Did I call Courtney?
You hear that speech? Hell of a politician.
Yeah, it's scary.
He's calling this an anti-terror war, saying he's not gonna harm any civilians.
Despite the fact that tons have been killed already in so-called wars on terror. Besides, the terror here is all fake.
Yeah.
I know it's not exactly unheard of for groups in Pakistan to terrorize the government, but, I mean, this is so ridiculous. Going on this noble quest to shoot down terrorists and restore faith in America?
What he said, though, it works.
What do you mean?
You saw the footage. Hamilton's fine, and still everyone's calling for blood. The people have spoken. They want war. And Armstrong's doing it all for the money. And for his polling numbers. Bastard will do whatever it takes to get the public on his side. I kill him, and I don't know. Then what? What's it gonna change? If the world's gonna do its own thing, either way, what's the...
Raiden, get a hold of yourself. Just because people want war, that makes it okay to start one purely for profit? For some twisted sense of pride?
No.
And let's not forget, he's trying to kill you. Look, just... How about I save your data while you get your head together? Right. Save complete. I know I can't do much more than that, Raiden. But just try to get back alive, okay?
Guess you were right, Courtney. Only choice I have here is to stop him.
Good luck. Want to save your data first? Are you sure? Just send me a codec if you change your mind, alright?
Alright, for real. Ooh, that does some chunky damage. Oh shit, there's geckos. Oh shit, that's lasers. Oh god! Now's not the time, Gecko! Now's not the time! Oh shit! Not good! Oh god, I need your spine juice. Give me your spine juice. That's... Yeah, you don't have any spine juice left! Oof. That was too late on that one. Oh my god, I wasn't ready for that one. Alright, I think this is the correct path. It's gonna be slow damage, but it's safe damage, he says as he gets hit. Well, that's one way to do it. Tell me, tell me, tell me! Oh, yes. It's so slow! It's so slow! It's time.
Slippery little bastard. I don't have time for this.
Oh, you've got to be kidding me.
Chunky boy.
Go.
The hell are you thinking?
Yep.
Played college ball, you know.
That's some cushy Ivy League school.
That is not his brother.
University of Texas. Could have gone pro if I hadn't joined the Navy. I'm not one of those beltway pansies. I could break the president in two with my bare hands. Don't fuck with this, Senator.
Yep.
What the hell are you? Why don't you stick around and find out?
All right, so yeah, about that.
Oh, but he is just politician.
Doesn't seem that way, does it? This is bad.
I cannot get a read on his fighting skills. Be careful. Wait for him to make a move. Oh,
Doesn't...
Damn! What the hell is that guy on? He sent you flying with one punch. There's no way he's 100% human.
If you've got any more intel on him, Kev, now would be a good time to share it.
The only stuff in his file even slightly related is his background in college football and the Navy. Nothing here to suggest any kind of cyborg augmentation, but his body has to have been modified somehow.
That much I guessed.
Damn! He's...
If you...
nothing but his...
That...
I guess everyone only has one line.
Strength is simply astounding. He is at least your match, if not more. You appear to have a speed advantage, but even a single blow from him could prove fatal.
What the hell is he, Doc? Cyborg?
I cannot say. I assume it would be impossible for a politician to conceal enhancements from the public. And as far as I can see from here, he does not appear to be a cyborg.
So, what then?
Some kind of new technology, perhaps? It is certainly nothing I am familiar with. Patriot censorship is gone, but I'm still not privy to everything. Classified data research, for example. In any case, against such force, I should think that parrying is the best you can hope for. However, this could make counterattacking even more difficult. For now, all you can do is fend him off. Do not venture too close. Watch for him to act.
Damn it.
Are you all right, Raiden?
More or less. What is with this guy?
I don't know. I mean, he's a senator, right? I could understand if he was piloting Metal Gear, but a normal human being able to send you flying like that? It's inconceivable.
Yeah, unless that body's more than human. Whew. I don't like this one bit.
If I knew it was gonna be like this, I would have never helped you get to Pakistan.
Don't worry. Just means this will be a little more of a workout. I'll be back soon.
Unless he's
with
high. Oh, there he is.
souvenirs.
He's on the couch.
Raiden.
Sorry. I didn't know when he came down here. Sorry.
Are you all right, Raiden?
More.
I could have put in.
Yeah.
If I
don't.
Raiden, are you all right?
Yeah, a little shaken up, but I'm okay. This is not going to be easy.
Raiden, you've got to make it back, okay? Promise me.
Sure, Courtney. But for now...
You got it. You're good to go.
Thanks. Later.
Just checking just in case. I think something later on happens there. Bye, Armstrong! Just enough. Oh, straight up says complete. Nice. If that also full heals me, that would be very nice. Hell yeah, there we go. Saved a med kit. All right. Holy shit, he hits like a truck. Oh, yes, that's a truck. Wow, he's barely taking damage, huh? Oh, mistake, mistake! I thought that was a dash punch, all right. Slow weapon's probably a bad idea. God damn it, Colossus! Run.
Nice, nice.
Typical politician. Big promises, but all talk.
What?
Jumpstart the economy. What a load of bullshit! All you care about is lining your own pockets. That and your approval ratings. You've got no principles. Just like all the rest. If America's gone to shit, you're just another maggot crawling in the pile.
All right, the truth then. You're right about one thing. I do need capital and votes. Wanna know why? I have a dream.